Hey everyone, I found one of the scary USSR story, so I wanted to share with you. Please enjoy. I found this page in the storage room of an apartment I had bought not for myself. There were 38 sheets of paper. Some came from notebooks, with squares, some with lines. Some had torn edges, some did not. Some were blinking, others were smooth. They were all different. They were wrapped in an old newspaper. It was literally a gazette. On the front was Pushkin profile, almost like a picture on a book cover. The newspaper caught my attention first, because I like reading old newspapers. I opened it and found the stacks of paper inside. I started reading when I could not stop. It was a diary, a very strange diary, the diary of a very strange person, or maybe not even person. I know this sounds like a cheap story. How many books began with someone finding another person's papers? Writers have found lost manuscripts in bottles, in bathtubs, in old pockets. Mine was on a shelf in a storage room, under old boots and dusty jars. But what can I do? If it's really happened? Well, almost everything happened. I changed a few small things. I fixed many mistakes. I removed even more. But the story itself is true. The pages are here, next to my keyboard. I can't touch them. Sometimes I want to push them away or put something heavy on top of them. Better yet, lock them in a drawer and forget they ever exist. I will do that, but only after I finish telling the story. I am afraid, very afraid, because I believe this page tells the truth. Entry 1. Why did I listen to her? Why do I always listen to her? She is my ex-wife now. She is someone else's wife, just a cold, angry voice on a phone. I don't even know what she looks like anymore. She told me to sell our 3-room apartment. I agreed. Why would I need such a big apartment? A small one is enough for me. I only wanted a big kitchen where I could put a sofa. A kitchen with a sofa feels like another room. I always wanted that. My ex-wife needed money. Sell the apartment, she said, call me. Masha and I need the money. Masha is my daughter. She is already grown up. I don't know what she looks like now. Buy yourself something smaller, my ex-wife said. Send us the money what's left. I never knew how to argue with her. Not even after our divorce. I sold the apartment. No, I lost it. For 2 days now, I have been sleeping in a train station. Idiot, I keep saying that to myself. I knew there was a risk, but I wanted to avoid paperwork. I trusted the smiling man who answered my ad. Idiot, idiot, idiot. What do I do now? Where can I go? The police said they could not help. All the papers were legal. I seen everything myself. No one forced me. The smiling man does not smile anymore. He's a terrible man. How did I not see before? God, what an idiot I am. Tomorrow I will go back to him. Whatever happens. Entry 2. I walked up to the third floor very slowly. It feels like I walked to my own execution. I meet one of my neighbors on the stairs. We talked for a moment, even though I did not want to. She looked at me in a very strange way. She probably already knew what had happened. Maybe everyone in the building knew. Fine. I rang the bell. The button was still mine, but the bell sounded different now. It had a happy mocking sound. The new owner opened the door. He was barefoot. He had a matchstick between his teeth. He leaned against the door frame and looked through me. What? Please, I said. I forgot to say hello. I have nowhere to live. You cheated me. You took everything. At least buy me a small house in the countryside, even an old and broken one, with a wood stove. I need a roof over my head. I spoke faster because I saw his face getting darker. I hated myself. My voice was shaking. I sounded weak. Please, I said again. It's still summer. I can survive for now. But what will I do in autumn, in winter? I told you, never come here again, he said. His face closed. I warned you. I would kill you if I saw you again. I stepped back. I tried to say something. He was stronger than me, younger, heavier. But that was not the worst part. I knew he was dangerous. I knew he had many friends. They were all young, shaven, and strong like him. I knew he had a gun. I believe he had killed people before. He was a hunter, a monster. And who was I? A weak man, a loser. He punched through into the stairs. I could not breathe. My stomach burned. Still I tried to explain. It felt wrong. It was my home, my apartment. Yet I was being beaten and thrown up. Another punch. My ears rang. I could barely see. I tasted blood. My lips were swollen. I understood nothing. I covered my head with my arms. I only wanted the beating to stop. I was lucky. No one I knew saw me falling down the stairs. Only when I reached the bottom, near the entrance, I thought I saw something moving under the stairs. Old baby storyteller stood there in the dark when I heard a low voice. He's from apartment 28. Who? Who is hiding there? Entry 3. I lie down and rest like a hurt dog. I touch my loose teeth with my tongue. I take care of my sore arm. I keep blaming it myself. I think I have a fever. One moment I feel cold, the next I feel hot. My mind is slow and tired. I try not to think about bad things, so I remember the past instead. The good days. I remember my college years, working in the fields with other students, life in dorm, a summer work trip where I met Vera, my future wife, our wedding. We were happy together for 12 years, but everything started to fall apart. The country, my job, my family, everything. No, I must not think about that. Think about good things. Remember, dream. I think about Masha, my daughter. She was kind and full of light. She always needed someone to protect her. She was afraid of funny little things. An old icon in the cabinet, a deer here hanging in the hallway, the dark at night, and the storage room. She was already going to school. She still believed that scary creature lived behind the storage room door. She was embarrassed by that, Vera never talking about it, but sometimes she woke up at night and quietly called me, her father, the one who could protect her. How quickly everything changed. Now I am the one she's afraid of. I understand why. That's the worst part. She must be all grown up now. Who protect her today? What if she meets a man, like the one who stole my apartment? Young, shaved head, tattoos, a car, a gun, money. And what I am now? Nothing. Just an empty place. Entry 4. Today I went back to my old neighborhood. I hoped to meet someone I knew and ask for a little money. I saw one of my neighbors. She acted as if she didn't know me. I was too ashamed to walk up to her. Near the trash bins I found a bag full of empty bottles. I returned them for money. I bought aspirin and a bottle for bread. When I got water from a street pump nearby, I washed my face. I want a bath, more than anything. Even a hot shower would be enough. I found a razor and shaved as best as I could. My arm almost does not hurt anymore, but now I have a huge boil on my leg. Walking is hard. I must not give up. I washed my sock and my shirts. Later that evening I saw some strange young men near the road sheet where I had been sleeping. They looking like drug addicts. I left before they noticed me. Tonight I will sleep outside. The nights are still warm. Entry 5. I never knew how lonely I really was. Now I do. Something terrible happened to me, and there is no one who truly cares. Some old neighbors sometimes give me a little money. I feel ashamed to take it. They feel ashamed to offer it. I can see what they don't want to look at me, but I don't blame them. What would I do if one of them became homeless? Would I invite them to live with me? No. I would probably avoid them too. Maybe give them a few coins, anything to end the meeting quickly, just like we do now. I almost never go back to my old building anymore. I am ashamed to see people I know, and I'm afraid of a man who cheated me. He did more than steal my apartment. He took all my documents. He took all my things. He erased every sign that I have lived there, and if I become a problem, he will erase me too. I made a decision. I will survive this winter when I will leave. I will go to a small village far away. I will find an empty house. I will tell the old woman Mary what happened to me. Maybe they will give me some potatoes, some onions, maybe even a few chickens. I will collect mushrooms. I will fish. It is foolish to start a new life at my age, but what choice do I have? Stay like a stray dog, eat from the trash bins, sleep at the train station, slowly become less and less human. Only now do I understand something. Part of me is still waiting, still hoping. That's why I never go back from my old neighborhood. It is so hard to let go of the past. I found a hidden place behind the heating pipes. I brought 2 pieces of foam from construction site. I found a sheet of roofing material and many cardboard boxes. I built myself a small shelter. People walk only a few steps away, but they cannot see me. It feels like an animal den. I can live here, at least until winter comes. Now I must decide what to do next. Entry 6. I could not stay away. Today I went back to my old building. I walked up to my apartment. The door was different now. A heavy metal door, not mine. Only the doorbell button was still the same. My button. I wanted to see what was inside. I wanted to find something that's still mine. That apartment was the only place where I had truly been happy. That's why I always come back. When I heard a noise behind the door, stranger. I was sure nobody was home, but I clearly heard someone walk to the door. I heard the cover of keep home move. Someone was looking at me from the other side, breathing loudly. I got scared. Suddenly I remembered the monster that Masha had feared when she was little. For a moment I almost saw it, standing right behind the door, looking through the peephole at me. It was foolish, just my nerves, my imagination. Or no, I ran away. I almost fell down the stairs. When I reached the first floor, I thought I saw the movement under stairs again. When I heard the same low voice. He will be one of us soon. The last word sounded like a snake hissing. One of us. I never liked that dark place under the stairs. Even when I lived there, I always hurried past it. I always felt dangerous, as if someone was hiding there, or something worse. What is happening to me? Am I sick? I think I am. My mind must be breaking. I bought a bottle of half-rum medicine. It was alcohol in it. I drink only a little. It calms me down. I sleep better. That makes everything easier. I got distracted. Maybe I drank too much. When I felt the building, I looked at the windows of my old apartment. I swear, the curtain moving. Someone was inside. Someone watching me from a peephole. Someone watching me from a window. But who? I cannot stop thinking about it. Entry 7. Autumn is coming. The nights are getting cold. I had become used to live outside. Now I freeze. I brought all mattress and the blankets into my shelter. It feels like a nest. I put some insulation over the heating pipes. Now I only wait for the heat to be turned on. I keep talking to myself. You should not complain. Yesterday I saw a homeless man at the station. He was sitting barefoot on the cold console. I asked where he lived. He pointed on the platform. There was a small hole filled with newspapers and trash. That was his home. Mine is better, almost a real house. Yesterday I walked around the city. I was surprised by how many homeless people were there. Before I never noticed them. I always looked away. Now I cannot stop seeing them. I spoke to two more homeless men. They said beginning does not help anymore. They like stray dogs. It hurts to see them. When I leave this countryside, I will ask to come with me, but I already know they will refuse. They no longer believe another life is possible. I am different. I can still think clearly. I can still write. I can still wash myself. I wash my clothes, and I have a home, a teeny shelter, made of cardboard and of foam. It's warmer than a camping tent. I was no worse than a tourist sleeping in the forest. Am I going crazy? Something impossible is happening. I keep seeing strange things. My old life feels like far away now, like a dream. Everything I once cared about is fading, and behind it, something else is appearing, something dark, something frightening. I do not trust my eyes, or my ears, or any of my senses. Hallucinations. What must be it? I am very sick. I cannot think of any other explanation. Entry 9. I stayed inside of my shelter for 2 days. I drank my medicine. I rest. I think I feel better now. But I'm starting to fear outside world. Something is wrong with it. Today I will go back to my old building. I will ask my old neighborhood for money again. It's embarrassing. Still, they will not become poor because of me. I will never ask too much. 10 rubles is enough. I only needed to find the orange. When I will go. Entry 10. This is unbelievable. It cannot be real. I saw them. I spoke to them. I need a drink. Right now. Maybe when I can forget these faces. Is this the end for me? No. I cannot believe it. Entry 11. Now I am drunk. It's easier to write this way. I have to explain what happened. Otherwise, your pages will be only full of panic. Today, after lunch, I went to visit my old neighbors. Only 3 people opened their doors. They looked through me as if they could not focus their eyes. Their faces looked empty, like soft bars of soap. I do not think they understood me very well. Still, they gave me 40 rubles. On the 4th floor, I found 5 empty beer bottles near the window. I put them into a bag that I always carry. When I stood outside my old apartment, I walked to ring the bell. I knew the new owner was not home, but I felt that someone else was inside. Someone would come to the door if I rang. Who? Someone likely created under the stairs. No. I am telling the story too fast. I turned and started walking downstairs. I met my neighborhood from the 3rd floor. I said hello. She jumped in surprise. Then she hurried away without saying a word. A moment later, I heard singing. Rise, comrades. At first I thought it was another hallucination, but as I walked over, I realized the singing came from under the stairs, from the dark place behind the old baby stores. I looked inside. There was much more space than I had ever imagined. A tiny fire was burning. Around it sat people. No, not exactly people. They looked like ugly little humans, short, bent backs, crooked legs. Their pale faces were swollen. Some had dirty hair like an old strap. Others had hair like a wild animal's. Their clothes were old and torn. One of them turned to me. "Hi," it said. "Got any vodka?" "No," I answered without thinking. "You will," it said. "Come back later." "Who are you?" I asked. It laughed. "Can't you see me? We live here." They really did seem to live there for a long time. How had I never noticed them? Why did nobody chase them away when our thought came? No one was real. There were no creatures. It was only another hallucination. The creatures were not under the stairs. They were inside my sick mind. Entry 12. I see them everywhere now, more every day. They are ugly, dirty, scary. They sit on the sidewalks. They search for the trash cans. They use bushes and empty buildings as a toilet. They live under stairs, in basement, in attic, in blocked houses. They're everywhere. They catch stray dogs in the parks. They search garbage dumps for clothes. They steal food from the trash. They steal walls at markets. They live like parasites, like rats, like cockroaches. But rats can't be seen. Cockroaches run when you turn on the light. These creatures cannot be seen. No one notices them. Only me. I see them all, because I'm slowly becoming one of them. Entry 13. These are not hallucinations. I know what now. They are real. Every one of them was once an ordinary person. The life broke them. They lost everything. Little by little they changed. They fell so low that normal people can no longer see them. It's like two worlds living in the same place. Long ago, I read that bees do not really understand that humans exist. Maybe people are the same. Normal people cannot see the world or the forgotten. Yesterday, I met the man who stole my apartment. We walked right past each other. He did not see me. I could have pushed him, hit him, tripped him. He would never have known who did it. I hate him. Most people cannot see me anymore. Not everyone, but most. Yesterday, I stole a wallet. I do not feel guilty. I refined the documents. I left them near the owner's door. I only kept the money. 130 rubles. I did not ruin anyone's lives. I must be careful around dogs. They can smell us. I also stay away from the police. Some officer can still notice me. Maybe not for much longer. I have not reached the very bottom yet, but I am getting close. And I have a plan. Entry 14. I watch. I study. I learn. They have their own order. They stay in groups. They fight over groups over food, over trash, over places to sleep. The next group live in the basement, attic, and apartment buildings. There are fewer of them. They live like families. They are smarter, stronger. Above them the house spirits. They live inside apartments with ordinary people. They have food, warm homes. Even pets accept them. This Victor walked all around the neighborhood. I fought 3 times. The street creatures are weak. In the basement of a building on Minskaya Street, I easily beat 3 men. I stand above them. I am stronger, and I think more clearly. They are almost animals. I do not belong with them. I made another test. I stood very close to ordinary people. I looked into their face. They did not see me, but they moved away, as if something bothered them. When I touched them, they shivered or scratched themselves. One man finally noticed me, only because I hit him hard on the forehead. Now I understand. If I stay quiet, people will never know I am here. Another strange thing, I can barely see my own reflection in mirrors, in shop windows. I have to study very hard, soon. I think I will be ready. More than anything, I want to go home. Entry 15. I am used to winter now. I almost do not feel cold anymore. When it gets very cold, I take some vodka and go under the stairs. We sit together, we talk, we sing song. We are not very smart, but we are good company. I learn many things about their world. I write less now. I have to force myself to do it. I don't know if my mind become weak. There is not much to write about, but I read a lot during the day. People throw away many books. I like the colorful magazines the most. When it is not too cold, I stay in more shelter. Snow has covered it completely. Now it looks like a little snow house. I forget the name for it. Inside it's warm, especially when I lie close to the heating pipe. I eat very little. Still, I'm never hungry. It's strange. Life is not so bad. Now I wait for a spring. Entry 16. The snow is melting. Everything is wet and dirty. The time has come. Yesterday I went to my apartment. I spoke through the door with the house spirit. His name is Sasha. He is an old. He's remembered my daughter. He said she saw him a few times when she was little. Small children can see us. I already knew that. He remembered me too, and my wife. I threatened him. I told him to leave my apartment. He asked for 1 week. He wants to move into my neighbor's apartment. It is empty for now. He is afraid of me. Of course he is. I am the owner. I agreed. 7 more days, when I will finally go home. I cannot wait until 17. Today, finally, I am packing my things. I do not have much, only these pages. I will leave my shelter to Vadik. He is one of a street creature, but he is not stupid. He is just weak, and he is drink too much. It's a little sad to leave. I got used to this place. No, I want my home. There is a TV, a bathroom, a soft couch. Life is better there. I am leaving now, right now. Entry 18. It was easy. I rang the bell. He opened the door. He probably thought some children were playing a joke. He looked down the stairs. He saw no one. While he was looking away, I quietly walked past him into my apartment, my home. The wallpapers was different. The furniture was different. The deer head was gone. There was a mirror by the front door, what had never been there before. There was a new cabinet too. Nothing that belonged to me was left. Not in the living room, not in the kitchen, not even on the balcony. But I still knew every corner. I remember how everything looked when my family lived here. I was home. The storage room had plenty of space. I would live there, quietly, hidden, but I would not stay there all day. This apartment was mine again. Entry 19. He does not belong here. I cannot live with him. I do not want to. I hate him. I hate him. Last night I stood beside his bed. I watched him sleep. He is disgusting. I have learned many things about him. His friends visit often. We talk about business. We also talk about fun. We laugh about hurting young women. We are proud of it. I think about my daughter. What if she ever meets a man like him? I made my own decision. I will do it. I promised myself. Yesterday, 3 of them stayed here all night. We drank. We shooted. A police officer came. When left almost at once. The man said we would find out who had called the police. Later, more women came. Everything about them makes me sick. Entry 20. I feel as if I'm in heaven. When nobody is home, I watch TV. I read books again. Good books. I do not know why a man like him owns them. I take hot showers. The refrigerator is always full. Though I do not eat much food anymore. I have changed. I'm afraid to admit it, but I don't think I'm human anymore. I'm something else, like a butterfly living its cocoon. I'm an invisible man. I can do anything. Nothing can stop me. I am no longer afraid of him. Yesterday I poured red wine over his clothes. The day before, I threw his bottle out the window. I even cut one of his friend's hairs while he slept. I cannot help myself. Every time I do something, I tell myself not to do it again, but I always do. He invited a priest. The priest walking around the apartment. He prayed. He burned incense. He sprinkled holy water everywhere. Some of it landed on me. It changed nothing. I am not the devil. I am the owner of this apartment. Entry 21. At night, I climb onto his chest. I hold him down. He cannot move. Every night at midnight, I turn the TV on very loud. I throw books from the shelves. I tear the bed sheets. I draw strange signs and letters on the mirrors. He is afraid. I can see it. Now he leaves the light on in our room when he goes to bed. He keeps a gun and a flashlight under his pillow. More and more often he brings women home. When we are here, I stay quiet. Today he even put a new lock on his bedroom door. It does not matter. If he locks himself inside, I can still scratch the door. I can still knock. This is my apartment. I will make him leave. He will never have peace here. Entry 22. I went too far, but I do not regret it. Only one thing troubles me. I killed a man. Yes, maybe he deserved to die, but I still feel cold inside. I feel sick. I only wanted him to leave, just as he made me leave. That night, he locked himself in the bedroom, but I was already inside. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I sat on his chest. I squeezed his throat. I could feel that he was having a nightmare. When he woke up, the room was completely dark. Before sleeping, he had left the bedside lamp on. Now it was off. He could not breathe. He reached towards the lamp, but it did not turn on. I had unplugged it. He thought to push me away. When he grabbed the gun from under his pillow, he fired a missile. I knocked the gun out of his hand. When he grabbed the flashlight, the blink light hit my face. For a moment, I could not see anything. I became weaker. I loosened my grip, but he was no longer fighting. His body suddenly became still. The air left his lungs, like the air leaving a broken tire. His heart had stopped. I think I know why. I'm sure. He saw me. Really saw me. And he died from fear. Entry 33. At last, everything is quiet. The noise is gone. The police are gone. The strangers are gone. Now I am alone. In my apartment. Everything is good again. I will wait. Sooner or later, new people will move in. I will not bother them. I will live quietly in the storage room. No one will know I am here. If they are good people, everything will be fine. But if they are not, then I will remind them who is the real owner of this apartment. Oh my god, it started like, I don't know, like very boring story, kinda sad a little bit. But oh my god, in the end, like it is my apartment. I don't know, it's got me. It's got me, I just feel a little bit fear maybe. I don't know. This is cool. I like this.